What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at $110.3 thousand with 9 hours and 25 minutes left in the day. It is the 11th of June. We've done exactly what we did yesterday. We wicked down to start off the day, and we're coming up to close bullishly to end the day here. We're going to get to the short-term stuff and see how it looks. Not a whole lot of volume over the past couple of days, but that's okay. You don't need volume if you're just moving sideways and being boring, right? You can get it, but it doesn't matter really. I feel like this move is more tenacious and resilient than originally expected or intended, right? If we're looking at this from a high to a low, typically you just don't see this kind of stuff happen where you move on up like this right up to your 886 just like in a straight line, virtually a straight line, and then you don't pull back at least to the golden ratio or the 382. Like this in itself, just getting to the 886 with non-stop without even finding resistance at your golden ratio or your 786, that's very impressive. That's a deep retracement. And then on top of that, you're not pulling back at all after that. Like there's a lot of buying pressure that's going on. At least that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm thinking is happening here. And again, we'll look at the short-term stuff just to validate that. But as long as we make our move pretty soon, we can hang out here for a little bit, but as long as it's not like too much time, and we might go down if that happens. But if we move up between now and maybe this time next week, I would think that we're fine. And with that idea, I want to say that just putting myself in the perspective of other people, or maybe the majority of market participants, the herd, right? It's good to not be a part of the herd. It's good to avoid herd mentality. But if you can understand the herd mentality or put yourself in their shoes, it might also help you see the future a little bit, right? And that's what we try to do with TA. We try to see the future. It's not like that. It's not a crystal ball. It's just probabilities, right? Statistical probabilities. But a little bit of herd mentality can really help hone in that psychic future reading capabilities, right? And my psychic readings, my visions are coming in, and they're telling me everybody, and this isn't actually psychic visions. I'm just using my seeing eyeballs, reading on x.com, watching YouTube videos. Everybody's talking about 115 to 120k next. It's like this inevitable thing that everybody believes in, right? And typically speaking, whenever everybody gets on page with the same thing, that normally doesn't happen, right? I'm not bearish. I'm definitely not bearish. I just don't think that we're going to 115 to 120k. I think we're going dramatically higher, right? Looking at the environment we're in, we're absurdly bullish. This is an absurdly bullish move, and right now, at least as of now, this consolidation is good. It's still possible. I would say less than 20% chance. Sometimes that stuff comes to light though. It's still possible that we could go lower than this low. It is possible that this is a double top scenario. We go below this low, fake everybody out, and then we go up. Something like that could happen. I'm just not under that impression at the moment right now. This is too resilient to not acknowledge the idea that we will at least go higher. But I feel like a lot of people are addressing this area as the next area we'll go to. I'd like to raise the bar. I think that because most people think we're going to go here, I don't think most people are going to be wrong in the sense that we go up, so now we go down. That's not what I mean. I just think that this move is clearly more bullish than people are giving it credit for. More bullish than I gave it credit for originally. And I don't think something like that's going to stop at its minimum target zone. I think you're going to see higher targets. And if we're not stopping there, where are we going to stop? I think 130K or higher, or at least just under 130K, where this 1414 is, or higher is where we're going to go, right? 121K, that's the primary target off of this pretty significant fib from January 20th, that high, to April 7th, that low. The first target area, that's where we're going to go in this absurdly bullish move with absurdly bullish consolidation. And then even relatively speaking here, same thing here, this absurdly bullish move with absurdly bullish consolidation. I don't think that we're going to stop at the first target. We're going to hit 120K, sure. We might find turbulence there. If we find any kind of resistance at all, it's going to be so short-lived. It's not going to be like this. We're not going to move sideways for 1, 2, 3 weeks. That's not what's going to happen. We're maybe a week, maybe a couple days, if that at all. We find a little turbulence there, and then boom, we just keep ripping up. I don't think that we're stopping until we see 140K, you guys. And that's probably what we're going to do by the end of this month. We'll be up at around $138,000, $140,000. I think that we're going to see that. And over the next couple of weeks, we're just going to get weeks that are like this, right? Like we got 4 days left in this week. We'll probably close up here. And then next week, we'll probably close up here. And then next week, we'll probably close up here. And then that last week of or I guess this is that last week of June, we'd be all the way up here. So maybe a little bit bigger than something like that, right? We're gonna see some bigger weeks coming along, something that's more in full stride for Bitcoin, like what we saw here, right? This is our primary move up on a weekly time frame, consolidation phase. You're gonna have another primary move up. You're gonna see that next extension up, and I just don't think it's gonna end. Typically speaking, whenever you get a secondary move, it tends to be bigger than your primary move. Tends to, right? If here's your first move, consolidate, I would say that your second move is going to be bigger than that. So what does that mean? Let's just see. I mean, dude, that takes you all the way up to 150K. Just because we're at 140K by the end of the month doesn't mean it has to stop there either. I think Bitcoin's about to go on a straight parade to the upside, man. And as far as consolidation goes on the way up there, I would expect it to be more akin to this, less akin to this, or if it's different, maybe what we do is we see some kind of quick volatility, but then we continue moving up, right? It's not going to be some long-lived endeavor. This isn't even that long of an endeavor, but just longer in comparison. I really do believe that we're going to see some phenomenal price action here pretty soon, and I can't wait to see it, man. Let's get into the short-term stuff, and we'll zoom out from there, okay? Weekly time frame also on a 4-day 10-hour. We have 4 days and 10 hours left in this week until we close. If we can close it green, if we can push higher, we're going to be getting into the overbought zone. This very well validates and suggests that everything that I'm saying is true, right? We're going to see stronger moves happen. How do we know this? Well, go back in time yourself. I'm not going to do it here because I want to get into the short-term stuff, but go back in time and look at any time we got overbought. Tell me if I'm wrong, man. And not always. Sometimes when you get overbought, that's not when you're seeing peak strength, but typically the biggest moves happen. When you're in the overbought zone, typically. We're just about to get there. The biggest moves are coming. And that's exactly what I was saying, is that we're going to have a bigger move here, right? This was nice. These were nice little moves from a low to that was nice, little volatility. But you see this, you see that right there, you see this shit right here. That was when we were overbought. Right? You see this, that's comparable to this. It's a little bit slower than this, but we're about to get overbought. It's only going to get stronger. This was the move that we had last time once we got overbought. This was the move before. The move before for us, which we just had now, was absurdly more bullish. What's the move after going to be? You know what I mean? Do you hear me? Does it make sense? Is it starting to click? We're gonna be more bullish than people, and that's the thing, guys. It's very important here, actually. Before we get into the short-term stuff, I want to tell you, it's very important. Do not hit that sell button. Do not hit that sell button on anything, man. Wait. Just wait. Give it time. I don't care. Just wait. You never know. You never know how high these things can go. And I think it's going to be a straight parade for the next 6 weeks. It's going to be ridiculous, okay? 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour looks bullish as hell. Absolutely it does. Volume's coming in. All the good things. Oh, but you rejected here. That's not a bullish thing. I got to say, though, the RSI does look bullish. You're bouncing at all the right areas. You're not getting below the 40 at all. You're predominantly living above the 50. Getting overbought, not getting oversold. I mean, you're being very, very bullish. This whole move up has been tenacious and robust. And you're just consolidating here within a very tenacious move. Triple top. Yeah, sure, but higher lows, I mean, anytime you have a higher low scenario with a flat top, we know what that means, man. Bitcoin likes to trick people. This isn't, I wouldn't be, look at all these wicks to the upside here, right before you moved up, you know what I mean? Look at this big bearish engulfing candle right before you moved up, right? I don't think that we're going to go down, and I certainly wouldn't be afraid of this wick, right? If anybody's looking at this saying, well, but look at that wick, that's proof right there that we have to go down. Okay, hold on now, wait a second, let me see here. Where are we? What time frame are we on? Let's go to April 7th, right? Oh, we're in May. Oh, that's right, because I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, let's go all the way back here. What about that big wick? Huh? Did we keep moving up there? What about that one? What about that one right there? What about that gravestone doji right there? That bearish, very bearish candle. What about this one? Huh? What about all that? All these bearish wicks, they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything, man. Look at that one. What about that one? We just went up. What about this? That's super bearish, right? Oh, but we just went up anyways. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin is not, it is not going to help you. In moments like this, if you're looking at the short-term stuff and thinking you know something because of the short-term stuff for what's going to happen over the coming days or the coming weeks or the coming months, it's going to fool you, man. This might help you for the coming hours. Might help you for the coming hours. But it's just as possible that by the end of the day, we close up here, man. And again, this candle hasn't even closed either. Don't have preconceived notions of candles until the close. Definitely don't. I do, and I make mistakes all the time because of that, right? If we're looking at the 4-hour RSI, again, actually just touching back on the 1 hour, very bullish, very, very bullish, coming back down to the same areas that we found support before. You look like you're forming a W pattern within your RSI, and that's just, you're going to get overbought. I don't think you're going to come down here. I think you're going to keep reaching for the overbought zone. So I genuinely mean it when I say by the end of today, we'll probably be up above this range. Probably. We might be at new all-time highs as early as today, guys, if not tomorrow. It genuinely could be within the next, I would say, like 36 hours, genuinely. We might be at new all-time highs for Bitcoin within the next 36 hours. We look at this on a 4-hour time frame. You've got lower lows in the RSI. You got overbought. It was a nice deep reading in the overbought zone, right? Overbought, cooled down, bounced directly off the 60 on your 4-hour time frame. Bullish, super bullish, very bullish environment, you guys. And it just kind of depicts more of what I'm saying. Typically with this kind of stuff, you're only going to provide stronger results, right? This was your move leading into the overbought zone. What's coming next is going to be more bullish. Ergo, 4-hour time frame, 2 days from now, new all-time highs. Not even 2 days from now, man. Six 4-hour candles from now, new all-time highs. It's coming. It's coming. Either today, the 11th, or tomorrow, the 12th, will be at new all-time highs. And if we're still consolidating here, which I just don't expect, things can happen. You know, there's plenty of things that happen that you don't expect, right? I definitely expected that we would go lower here, all the way up until this day. That's whenever I started accepting that we're not going to go lower and that this is the low. You know, things can happen that are unexpected all the time. You never know what can happen. But I would say the statistical probability is in favor that we're probably going to go to the upside here in a very, very short amount of time. So that's all I want to say, man. I will even say that it's possible that I'm too bearish on Bitcoin. We might not stop at 170 to 180K. We might go all the way up to $200,000, $203,000. Psych people out. We get just above 200,000. It's not stopping there. It broke 200K. We're going even higher. 250, 300. We're coming for you $1 million. Right? People are going to be euphoric, and that's when we consolidate. Incorrect. And then we have our end of year rally that does take us to multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, several hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's very possible. And if you're looking at this and saying the 2618, dude, that's too deep of an extension. If you know fibs, you're like, that's too deep. Bitcoin doesn't go there. Okay, I'll bite. Let's go. Let's do it. Ready? High to low here. Well, that's where you topped off there. It was the 2618 right there. And you went all the way up, all the way up. Well, that doesn't count. Why doesn't it count? That's a large consolidation phase. It's actually a larger consolidation phase than this was. High to low, it's smaller, but in time, it's more significant. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. I don't know. What about that one, high to low? That one we went up to the 1886, so not to the 2618, right? If we take this high to low, I wonder what we get. Oh, look at that. You stopped at the 2618 again, right? And let's just make sure that I'm not doing the same one, right? High to low right here. 2618, it's that red line. Oh, come on now. Come on, there we go. 2618. We stopped right here. Right there at that high. 2618, we stopped here, right at that high. Right? This one I don't think was a 2618, high to low. 1886, yeah. I mean, maybe we run up right to 140K. That's exactly what I was just saying, man. We're probably going to run right up to 140K by the end of this month. But then we're going to exceed past that, excel past that. Where is the 2618 of this move? All the way up at 203K. Did you guys notice how we either stopped between there or the 1886-200 area? Bitcoin is going to $160,000 to $203,000 now by the end of July. It's happening. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. All right, bye.